Yes, welcome to another Rust Locker video. Today I'm working on the MX5 again, and today I'm going to be doing a cheap induction kit. If you know the market for induction kits for MX5s, you'll probably have come across a K&N Typhoon kit. We're running you about £270 to £300. I'm not going to be doing that, so I'm going to take you outside now, show you the bits and pieces that I've got, and then we can crack on taking apart all the old airbox stuff and then putting the new induction kit on. Okay, so this is the cheap induction kit that I bought off of eBay. It came with these pipes and connectors and silicone joiners and these Jubilee clips. Also a little bracket to attach it to somewhere, a breather pipe, and it also came with a very cheap looking foam filter. So what I decided to do was instead of use this foam filter, I upgraded slightly and I went and got myself a K&N for an extra sort of 20 quid. So actually what happened was this cheap kit was 40 quid I think off of eBay, and then I bought this for another 25. So assuming we don't use the foam filter, we're in this for about 60 quid, 65 quid, which compared to the K&N Typhoon at 300 or damn near 300, then this is a bargain. So I've got to dismantle the old stuff, the old airbox and everything off of the car, and then I can assemble all this and see how this is going to go. Okay, so I've started dismantling the standard airbox and piping. Basically this was in there, just undo the clip to pull off this, and then start dismantling the airbox by unplugging the MAF sensor wire and the, I can't remember what this is called, but you need to unplug those, and they're held on by these little sort of cable tie clips. If you just get some needle nose pliers and squeeze that end together, they should pop out of the holes. And there's one around the back, so I'll just undo all these wires and basically get all this standard airbox stuff off. Need to get this tube off as well. Okay, so we've got all this disconnected, and now I've got to take off the airbox which houses the flat filter, or the panel filter, and that looks to just be a couple of bolts. Okay, so now that the filter box is out, which is over there, we're left with some wiring that we've got to link back up, and now we can make our induction tube. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is remove this plastic wall thing here, which is going to allow my filter to sit right there. But unfortunately these bolts look seriously rusted in, so hopefully I can get them out. Okay, so this is how it goes if you're going to do something similar or buy this kit. The way it's assembled is a coupler into the first tube, breather pipe obviously from the rocker cover into the pipe there, another coupler into the second tube, another coupler into the mass airflow sensor, plug in the mass airflow sensor there. Underneath here you can see that there is a that's your air temperature sensor that comes from the standard airbox. I had to take the grommet out of the airbox and fit it into the hole there, and then this sensor just sort of slotted into the grommet. Came with this little bracket here which I managed to bolt into this thing here. I don't even know what that is, but the bolt that was originally in there wasn't long enough, so I had to get a longer bolt, but that's in there. I had to cable tie the induction kit to that bracket just to keep everything tight and stable. So that coupler then goes into the mass airflow sensor, and then the air filter actually just Jubilee clips onto the mass airflow sensor. But what I had to do was use another silicone joiner that I had, because I bought the wrong size filter and my K&N filter had too big of a diameter to fit directly onto the mass airflow sensor without crimping up the rubber too much. So I've got a couple of issues that I had with this kit. First one, the main or most important one, is the fact that the Jubilee clips they give you are pretty rubbish. So luckily I had some actual branded Jubilee clips, and I used some of those as well. You can tell the difference between the teeth. So this is a branded Jubilee clip, and you can see the teeth are much closer together and tighter, so that when you tighten this up, it makes a nice it gets those teeth and can tighten it up quite well. On these Chinesey ones, you can see the teeth are quite big, and you see how this is now off center. When you start tightening these up, the teeth sort of mash up, and you can't get it very tight. So my recommendation is do away with the clips that come with this and get yourself some official Jubilee clips off of the internet. They're not that expensive, they're about £2.50 each I think, and they work much better. Another issue was that these silicone joiners that came with the kit are pretty low quality as well. They're quite squishy, they're not very thick or reinforced. This joiner that I bought separately from Ash, I think, Ash hoses, much thicker, much stronger, much more robust. So I think what I'm going to do is probably replace these 3 couplers at some point with the more robust silicone from a better supplier. But other than that, it is all working and everything's all in tight. They didn't give me Jubilee clips for the breather hose, so I've had to cable tie that on for now, so I need to buy some more for that. But considering the price compared to the K&N Typhoon kit, it's all functional, it all works. So I've got to say I'm pretty happy with it. Right, well, I'm calling that a wrap, and I'm pretty happy with that. In a minute I'm going to start the engine up and see what it sounds like, but as far as the installation went, it was pretty much hassle-free. Couple of issues: definitely invest in some branded Jubilee clips, because the ones that you get with this kit are not very good at all. If you're going to get a K&N filter like I did and not use the foam one, then you want to get one that's the right diameter. I'll put that up here in a minute. I can't even talk because my mouth is so cold from being outside of the wind. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like. If you've got any comments, leave comments down below, and subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you on the next one. So you can definitely hear the induction kit is sucking in the air. You can actually hear it sucking it up. I can't feel any leaks anywhere, and everything's all sturdy. There's a little bit of wobble there, but everything's pretty sturdy and locked in, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's give it a little rev up. Yeah, that sounds a lot better to me.